I've undone the bolts that hold the flexible joint onto the flange on the output of the gearbox, but I'm not going to be able to get the shaft out because it's got bolts obviously holding the shaft onto the flexible joint. I think I'm going to have to remove all of it. I don't think that's going to drop otherwise. So that's the first problem. I'm pretty convinced this is where the oil's coming from, because you can see the back of the gearbox is sort of got a glistening. I've cleaned some of it as well, but it's still glistening from the oil. So there's that. It looks as though it was coming out of the plug, but I don't think it is. I think it's coming out of that oil seal at the back of the gearbox. Also, you notice where it's dirty and the oil's been running, you can see it's quite clean. So I think that's what's doing that. The exhaust is in a right mess. I mean, you can see somebody's bodged it to put the oxygen, the post catalytic converter oxygen sensor on. That's in a right mess. And at the back of the exhaust, the back box is in a bad way as well. It's been patched, and the pipe going into it's been patched. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and replace the exhaust, which I was planning to do anyway, but not quite this soon, because I've got to drop the prop shaft from here, and I've also got to drop it off the back of the diff to do the diff oil seal. There's no point me leaving the exhaust on the car if I've got to replace it, and trying to work around the exhaust. So I might as well drop the exhaust, take off the this heat shield here. It's a bit close to the camera, isn't it? But take off the heat shield, and then I'll be able to, I'll have much more visibility and much more room to do the work. Having taken off the exhaust system, removing the steering column extension, removing the exhaust manifold, I finally got to the point where I found the oil leak. And it's not the main seal on the back of the gearbox, it's the selector seal, as you can see. That's where it's all coming from. So hopefully that's a fairly simple fix now. This is an interesting issue. I was trying to get the circular circlip here onto, it's got to come all the way down to this groove here. I tried from the other end and it's almost impossible. I couldn't find a way to do it. What I've found is that if I hold it in the vise with, this is a 7/16 Whitworth socket, it's just the right size. It's about the same outside diameter as the circlip itself. So I put that on to hold it in place, tightened up the vise slightly just to grip it, and then I prise it with a screwdriver. I don't have a stand for my camera at the moment, so I can't show you me doing it, but I have done it once already, so I'll show you the result once we're done. So using two screwdrivers, I got it, prised it forward to that position there, so you can see I'm beyond the little shank edge just there. So now I can just slide it into position. I couldn't find any other way of doing it, so maybe that will help someone. Oh, I bought this new coupling for the prop shaft. That cost £140 sterling. Wow. The old one you can see has got splits in it just there. The splits actually on both sides. You can see just there it's cracking around there, and I thought if I put this back on and thrash it around the track it's probably going to break up, so I thought it best that I replace that. I need to check the one at the back actually. I might have to stomp up the cash and buy a new one for the other end of the prop shaft. Well, at last it's done. So as you can see, the new oil seal is in and the linkage is all connected back up. I just need to put the obviously the new coupling, rubber coupling on here on the end of the gearbox output flange, and bolt back up the and bolt the prop shaft into position. I'll probably clean up some of this last residual oil, get rid of that, and then I think I'm done under here for the moment. Obviously I've got to do the exhaust when it arrives, but that'll at least get it to the point where I can actually well, once I've got the exhaust, I can drive the thing again. So that'll be good.